Hello one and all, welcome back to Let's Play Factorio. Last time we were trying to get our oil set up and working. We're starting to get there. Wow, looks like we already filled up these storage tanks. Here I thought I was going to be storing a decent chunk of oil for some time. Turns out, by pure coincidence, that I'm in fact not, because I've already filled those up. Let's, I suppose we should just start using this. We'll likely consume it more than it will be filling up anyway. I need some iron so I can make some more pipes. So let's head back to the base. Using my lovely flashlight to guide the way. Such a dense forest. Okay, there we are. We have arrived back at the base. I just love listening to the machinery doing its thing. So beautiful. So very beautiful. We're going to need some steel as well. And we did just start making some steel. Specialty steel. There we are. And we'll see about consuming some of these lovely iron plates here. This will grab some iron and gears and everything. So I know we're going to need all this stuff anyway. You know, if I was smart, I would probably be, somehow dumping excess of those. I think using a system of smart inserters and chests and so on, you could actually really break down exactly how much of some stuff you would need and know to be able to pull things out as needed. Pull the excess out, that is. But, I don't know. For my money, not really a huge deal. So, going back on what I was saying last time, I would like to finish my technology. Lasers. Likely going to switch over to laser turrets here soon, so might as well have the laser technology done. Going to clear this area out a little bit here because this is where I'm going to be depositing the quantities of product that I need. The finished products that I need. To that end, we're going to go ahead and put up some storage tanks just for now. And I will use these to store the products. So this is now going to be filling up with the heavy product, the heavy oil. Now, as I mentioned last time, the corners both have access areas for the oil, or whatever liquid. So if I were to place a pipe right here, it would cause an issue. However, if I were to use, let's say, a couple pipes to ground, this issue would be a non-issue. Simply because I can now pipe this over to, we'll call it, because I kind of want to make sure that I have enough room to maneuver with these things and maybe even expand them. So let's see here. Let's go 2 wide, just as a baseline, and then we're going to extend just a little bit further than that for the actual connection here. So I don't plan on actually using that much of the materials quite yet, but just as a basis for what we want to be doing here. I will actually remove this for now. Ooh, laser's already done. Sure. Let's do laser turrets. Why not? So now, if I need to, I can expand the storage tanks. I can expand from the storage tanks. And if I do actually add some of these, I can even use the top part of this here as a output for the top side. So I think that'll work. And we need to, of course, connect those. So let's make some pipes. Bam. There we are. So now the second product will be going there, and then likewise we will do the exact same thing here, and just in the interest of making this look nice and even, I will do the same thing. Again, these are not actually going to be interfering with each other due to the nature of how these pipes only connect if they're actually the same height, so to speak. The same, maybe not height, 1, 2, 3, 4. What's the word I'm looking for here? Oh, right. That the outputs match. Good old brain fart. So, like, these literally can only connect to each other, and they will not connect to any other pipes. You can see here, I could put pipes here, and they will not connect to those, meaning that they are in no risk of being mixed up. Okay, so now we have all three of the inputs done, or the outputs rather. Let's go ahead and hook up the actual oil here, and I will grab some more pipage, of course. Lasers. Excellent. Do need batteries for laser turrets, so it'll be a little while before I can get those. What else can we research? Explosives, some more military stuff, advanced electronics, automation 3. Don't quite need gates yet. Engines. Oh, I actually can make a car already. Huh. Well, might as well knock out engines. Only 50 research of each kind, so not really a huge deal. So now, assuming I have done everything properly, these are now being filled up with crude oil, and they are now producing the products. And it looks like I've got everything moving quite nicely. The light oil, the heavy oil, and the petroleum gas are all being pushed in to their rightful locations, which makes me very happy. Excellent. Okay. So, now that we have those, now we can start making some chemical plants to actually refine these into products that we can use. So I'll make one of those and we'll try to figure some stuff out. So I want to give myself a little bit of room to be able to expand our storage for these. I mean, I don't plan on sitting on a ton of these materials, but again, in the interest of making sure that things run smoothly, I want to make sure that I am keeping plenty of room. I have a large enough area for a base that I don't have to necessarily crowd things. Seems a little counterproductive to crowd things. Okay. Engines are done. We could now get the electric engines, which of course do take lubricant. What else is there? Not quite ready for armor crafting 3, I don't think, because there's no way I'm going to need those anytime soon. Combat robotics is really cute. Shotguns, haven't messed with those. Could go for some more bullet upgrades, maybe. Flammable, automobilism. Yeah, you know what? Let's just grab automobilism. Why not? Okay. Chemical plants, right. So I do know for a fact that eventually I will be able to crack heavy and light oil into subproducts. And so what I will do with that is I will tag on, I'll use this area up here for that. So what will happen is I will have an output coming up here, the heavy will crack into the light and feed back into here, the light will feed back into here, and so on down the line, whichever is needed the most, which it usually ends up being that the storage capacity of the petroleum gas is what's needed the most. That tends to be your true limiting factor. So let's see what all we can actually make here. So we can make sulfur, which is good. We can also make plastic bars. We can make batteries. All these are very good things to have. Sulfuric acid, of course, requires iron plates. I think I would like to... I want to put... I know sulfuric acid is used for quite a few different products. So let's bring sulfuric acid into the main bus system. It's going to be a little high up compared to a lot of the other things in the bus, but that'll be okay. Clear my way through here a little bit if I can. Okay. So now I have the coal here. Here's the science and such. So I feel like it actually belongs sort of here relatively early, because out of all these materials, these are most of the materials that don't require oil and beyond, at least the ones that I really want to have a bus entry for. So I maybe should actually be producing those right here. So I think what I'll actually do is I will introduce Yeah, I think that'll work best. I'm going to introduce the petroleum gas as a bus element, and then I will move the rest of it as sub-products of that. So I guess really most of my primary processing isn't actually going to be happening here. This will largely be used for storage and things like cracking heavy into light and so on. Whereas the actual finished products will be more akin to what I'll see once I get the advanced oil processing and I get all that moved over to the bus. Seems about right, about what I want to do. Let's see here, efficiency modules. Really kind of running out of Tech 2 exclusive things. I'll just keep researching whatever we can, I suppose. Going to need a large quantity of pipes to ground, so let's start doing that. In the meantime, yeah, this is quite the journey this is going to have to go on, but that's okay. Yeah, we'll just route this down this way. You know what? I think I actually am going to go ahead and set this stuff up here, come to think of it. And I'll just put the finished products of the raw petroleum. So the actual products that come out of the petroleum making process, I will process them here and pump them in. Because I have plenty of room here, and I don't really need those to be, since they're kind of a raw material, you know, like how the iron is. I don't have the iron attached directly to the bus. So I feel like, yeah, I feel like that'll actually work better. So can I get that? Yay. I can chop all the trees down. So assuming I'm going to give myself a good amount of, I'm still going to need a bunch of pipes, of course, but assuming I'm going to need a little, pretty heavy amount of room here, let us use a chemical plant and take another look here. So solid fuel, of course, is a very tempting prospect as well. Now the sulfur is sort of a byproduct, and as far as I know, sulfur is only used to make sulfuric acid. That being said, I do need iron plates for I do need iron plates for sulfuric acid, so I will have to pump the sulfur, or otherwise move the sulfur down towards the rest of the area to meet up with the iron plates. Same thing with plastic bars. I know, I'm sure you guys heard, and I mentioned that these are used as part of, or rather coal is used for plastic. So I'm going to need to have that there. And also, yeah, sulfuric acid is needed here as well. So let's see here. Yeah, I guess I could, I don't know. I'm kind of waffling back and forth here because now that I look at it, I mean, I can make sulfur here, but I still need petroleum gas for plastic, and the coal is over there. So I think we might go back with Operation just move the petroleum gas down there and hope for the best. All right, you win. You win, game. You win. Okay, I think for now we're pretty safe to just use these as is. This should be relatively easy to move and readjust if it is needed. Whoa, whoa, whoa! Wait, is my turret taking damage? I'll have to go see if the turret has taken a beating at all. So after waffling about a bajillion times, I'm going to go figure this out eventually. So I guess that, yeah, I guess that won't quite fit, which makes sense, of course. And we're about even with where we need to be here for this pipe, so that's good. Let's actually just have this turn right. Oh, finishing that stuff, I guess. Sure, we can research robotics, I suppose. Oh, except we need to research electric engines first. Okay, I can manage that. So let's get this pipe turned here. And of course we're going to need a regular one to make the intersection itself. There we are. I'll have to go check on those here soon. I may need to actually go out adventuring. I still don't have any armor. That seems like a bad idea. Heavy armor. It is quite strong. Let's see if I can't acquire some more steel plates and do that. And then maybe I'll go shooting some buggy bugs. Seems like a plan to me. Come on, let me through here, trees. Let me through. I feel bad saying that I can't wait to deforest, but I can't wait to deforest this nonsense. It's so hard to move through these trees. They only ever want to get in the way. Come on, come on. Fine. Die, nature. Die, die, die. Of course, one of the neat things about using piped materials as part of the bus system is that you can actually sort of run a system of pipes directly alongside a system of anything else. So, like, for example, these inserters and transport belts and so on, these can be alternated with underground belts, whereas the pipes can also be alternated to save a little bit of space. I don't know that I'm actually going to bother to do that, but the option exists, which is kind of nice. So, okay. Next up on the construction, let's extend our bus. There we are. We're going to have to do something about the coal, obviously. Although we will also need coal for one of the products that we're going to be making here. So, you know, I'm fairly certain that the only thing that sulfur is needed for is sulfuric acid. So I mean, as much as I want to use the bus for everything, I don't think I need to actually put the sulfur itself on the bus. That just seems kind of silly at this point. So let's not do that. Okay, let's get this right here. And there we are. And time to make some pipes. Okay, first product, let's look into making. I'm just going to place this down just to take another reference here. Batteries are great. We need sulfuric acid for that, though. So we're going to likely just... yeah, we're going to need to make sulfur first. Sulfur first, no question. And then that sulfur can be then turned into other things. Also, we're obviously as well going to need plastic bars. So I think on this level we will be making sulfur and plastic bars, and of course the sulfur will immediately be put into sulfuric acid as well. So one side of this is going to be sulfur, one side of this is going to be plastic, and then the sulfuric acid will move on out, because I'm pretty sure, yeah, processing units require sulfuric acid. Let's see if there's anything else that requires sulfuric acid around here. I don't think so. Nothing that I have, at least. Nothing that directly needs it, obviously, but some of the byproducts will. Okay, so that sounds like a plan. So we're also going to need to then move this piping over here. So let's give ourselves a little bit of extra room. Right, like this. And some more underground pipes. Seems pretty good. And we're going to need a large amount of water also being pumped into here, because I think I want to get water along the bus as well. So, I think due to the nature of how difficult it is to have adjacent pipes, I think I'll put water on this side as it's needed. So, just to confirm what we're doing here, let's see here. So water, sulfur, and iron plates on one side. The sulfur itself also needs water and petroleum gas. And batteries do not. So let's pull the water in over on this side and line it up appropriately here. So let's grab this. Thank you. You are going to be responsible for the inputs for sulfur. So we need water there and petroleum gas there. You know, every time I do this sort of thing, and I do mean every time, it always ends up being that the one that I want to put on one side, the product that I want to put on one side is never on the right side. It's always on the wrong side. Inevitably. Inevitably, it happens. And no idea how much water we're actually going to need. I'll go ahead and make 2 offshore pumps. I'm pretty sure these pumps can make a large amount of water very quickly. Alright, we are getting attacked here. Let us go double check this. And I'm going to grab some of these, as we are going to need some. And I'm going to make some more walls while I'm running over there. Because it's hard to tell whether or not we're actually... whether the turret is getting attacked or if the wall is getting attacked. And this is happening with more and more frequency to the point where I need to answer this right now. Oh, yeah. Oh, these are actually out of bullets. Using the old ammunition up pretty quickly. And so, yes, wow, this actually is getting... Huh. Actually was taking damage. I forgot that the bugs have a little bit of a reach to them. So that's okay. We'll make 20 packs of ammo here and get these filled up. How are we doing over here? 2... and 4. Let's thicken up this part of the wall as well, just to be on the safe side. And 10. There we go. And then once these build, actually, I'm going to go ahead and fill this up as well with some. Since that's where they seem to be attacking from the most. So let me go grab some more steel. Ooh, flight's done. Let me go grab some more steel. And I will make use of that to make some armor. More armor, please. Thank you. Gun turret with your bullets. That should be fine for now. I can come back later. No use sitting here wasting a million jillion hours. Come on. Beep, beep, coming through. There. That's what I say to you. Ah, the sound of science. It's a beautiful sound, isn't it? Oh, it's plenty beautiful for me. Where was our steel supply being used? Oh, right. I think some of these, yeah, chemical plants and so on need steel. Darn it. That's alright. We're making quite the quantity of steel now. Look at that. We're producing significant amounts of product. Makes me very happy to see industry being so industrious. There we go. Get ourselves some heavy armor so we can go splat some bugs. Thank you. Yes, indeed. Okay, back here where we were working. So there's that being input. We get sulfur. And I think because of how we've been doing this in the past, I want to have this on both sides of this row. So we're going to have to slightly deviate the location of the coal transport. Ultimately, I'd kind of like to wean myself completely off of coal for both electricity and anything else, using oil instead for the actual power necessary. That way I can reserve all of my coal for the purpose of making plastics. Because I just feel like that's a much better use of the resource, especially considering how little I have in terms of that resource around here. Well, we are definitely very quickly running out of things that we can research. Got to get a move on in this production. So much to do, so little time. So, let's see here. Of course, the interesting thing here is I don't have to worry about evenly removing products from, say, chemical plants. So I theoretically don't need to worry too much about this. And I'm actually not sure how much sulfur is made and how quickly it's made. So let's make one of those for now, and I'll just use that for sulfuric acid, which I believe is piped out. I don't think sulfuric acid is an item per se. So let's see about this here. So sulfur, which is going to be made into sulfuric acid by itself. There we go. This also requires water, requires the sulfur, and iron plates. Okay. Let's get the water pumping here. Grab it from here for now. Why not? Seems like just about as good of a place as any. all this right over here. And some more pipes. And we're going to need some iron plates. There we go. And a little bit of copper, I suppose. Okay, so there's water. I should be able to safely do this here. Yep. So now we are pumping water and petroleum gas in there, so that's good. That is excellent. And then we need to move the water up to here as well. And I might as well just treat this as a separate line off of the bus rather than just cutting it up this way. I did want water to be part of the bus system now, so I will take care of that presently. And some more pipes. There we go. So the water is cutting under there. And will now be coming up this way, like so. And I need an intersection here, so that'll work fine. And then I need a couple more of these bad boys. There we are. This seems a little silly, but I want to maintain a standard here, plus this allows me to walk through here. The more underground pipes I use, the better, because of the nature of how difficult it is to walk around pipes. It's pretty darn difficult, that's for sure. Okay, robotics done. Wow, we are definitely flying through this technology. I mean, I guess I shouldn't be surprised considering the large amount of science production and labs that I have going right now. Should not be surprised. Okay, so we have the liquid demands satisfied now. Makes me very happy. Let us now look into actually moving this product. So the chemical plant here producing sulfur needs to move that sulfur here to produce the sulfuric acid. And again, sulfuric acid is kind of a finished product style as well. So in the interest of that, I'm going to use pipes to pipe that into our bus. And yeah, unfortunately I can't do anything other than how it is right there. So there we are. So now we're piping sulfuric acid up this way, as you can see. So we need to get iron here, and we also need to get this across. So actually I don't think I'll really need to deviate this as much. Let's just for the sake of simplicity, let us route this underground. Do you have any underground belts? Boy, I sure don't. What I'm not looking forward to, by the way, is the eventual changeover from... Oh god, it's not going to be fun. The eventual changeover from the standard slow belts to the faster belts as needed. So let's get the sulfur moving. And there we are. So wow, it actually looks like this gets produced pretty quickly. And of course we have no iron, so we will need to do that. Let's, of course, change this all over to underground. Okay, turrets are back at it. That's good. So... gonna need a splitter for the iron, obviously, to be able to haul it. Although, you know what? I'm gonna be pulling iron off on only one side, so I may need to set up a second chemical plant for sulfuric acid. I also know that sulfuric acid gets used in quite extravagant amounts. So if I don't do something like that, I'll have some pretty big problems. So let's go ahead and fork this here, and I can just do this for now, and we can take those off. Now we continue like this. Whoop. Gates are done. Okay, gates. What next? Anything I can keep researching, I suppose. Flammables! Why not? We are just blitzing through the science. No question about that. Wow, this iron is being used very quickly. Wow, yeah, look at that. Iron is getting used very, very quickly. And I'm now actually maxed out. There's no more room for sulfuric acid for now. So that is interesting. Ooh, wow, look at that. My poor electricity grid is getting taxed again. Unsurprising. So we'll have to expand that here pretty soon. Oh boy. This is like a very long and twisted game of whack-a-mole. You just can never, ever be done with it, no matter how hard you try. Flammables. So that's done. Flamethrower. Why not? There we go. Yeah, that'll save me a little bit of stuff. So now I can just run this here, and I can then run this here. Also going to need some lights. Whoa! I guess I shouldn't have been surprised at how quickly that went. Could make some flamethrower ammo. Flamethrowers are pretty nice, actually. They're very powerful. Construction robots. Not that I can really use them right now, but again, just in the interest of researching as much as I can. And there we are. Lovely. The bus is continuing to move on. We now have water, sulfuric acid, petroleum gas. All of these products are now available on the bus. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Lovely indeed. Let's make 2 more of these chemical plants. Get this over with. There we are. Chemical plant. Let's do one here and one. Oh, come on. There we go. Had to wait for it to be made. And one here. So now I should be able to just do the exact same thing. Let's get the water there. Need even more of these bad boys. You are going to be making sulfur for me, thank you. And you're going to be making sulfuric acid for me, thank you. Got that. Got that. Cool. Okay, so now we're making sulfur again. Ooh, hello. Alright, construction robots are done. Automated construction sounds fun. Unintentionally rhyming, not so much fun. There we are. I'll just do the same thing here. Using 2 of those bad boys to extend. Hopefully my single water bus will be enough. There we go. And I will need some more pipes to actually meet up the sulfuric acid, of course. Like how it immediately starts making sulfuric acid just to fill the fill the slight little tubes there. There we go. And of course I need iron now, and what I'll do with that is quite simple. Let's grab another underground belt. There we go. And Move that under there. A quick turn. And 2 quick inserters. Uh-oh. Need some more iron. Good thing I have some iron right next to me. 2 quick inserters, and now we are good to go in making the products as needed. Okay, so hopefully these extendo reachy arms will be enough to keep up with the demand there. This should be, especially with the increase in grabber size, what's called inserter stack size, I believe will actually come into effect since I'm directly moving using these inserters here. So there we are. We now have our lovely sulfuric acid. Most people don't really call sulfuric acid lovely, but I do, damn it. It's lovely in my world, alright? Damn it. So we have our lovely sulfuric acid production up and running. Everything's working smoothly for now, and I think that's a good time to stop for this episode of Let's Play Factorio. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.